I mentioned that it was going to be my last fight, but I didn't know, because if I would have got past Joe Smith, I couldn't tell you right away that an opportunity of history would have made me think about the next and then got out.
Right.
But it was promoted
As your last fight.
correct.
Right.
And my family, people that are around me, we was all locked in on the last historic fight of my career with Joe Smith, who I never, even to that moment, underestimated him. Knew he was young, strong, big, a big light heavyweight, right? I'm not a big, you look at me right now, I'm not a big light heavyweight. But I started at light heavyweight in my career. If you look at my record in the weight, I melt down to 60. Because that's what my trainer said, you're a middleweight. Look at you, got a little fat there. You've been in prison, that's water weight. You're going to eat better. You're going to run better. Atmosphere is better. I start slimming down. Oh, you're right. Middleweight it is. So I melt down. I did the opposite of the rules. I melt down to 60. Normally, you come up 2 weight classes to being in the weight division because you grow into that weight or you eat your way into that weight. That moment to outside of the ring, well, family, was a moment to say that, but we know, as fighters, we know when it's time.
Did you
I ran out of things to do as far as history making, because even though I wanted to do something I'll beat that, winning, like I've been successful most of the time, that day to be great is real. And what's different, what was I thinking, or what was different that night until it happened. And that's the difference. Because you don't count yourself out until you're out. And then I looked at it as time went on. You and I have been having a conversation for a few hours now. Like I got plenty of energy for a 58-year-old, right?
Yeah.
With 3 decades under my belt of boxing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like I'm slowing down anytime soon, right?
No.
I really sat home weeks after the fight was over with and steady taking, because, the opportunity of the opportunist, seeing an opportunity to try to make that fight my life at the end. I said to him, some industry or the atmosphere out there that had one of the fruit stands to throw dirt on my grave of legacy. I said, y'all forgot something. Or y'all want to forget, but I'm not going to let you forget. If you look at my life up to now in boxing and starting off before I became a champion in boxing, I said I lost my first fight as a pro. I lost my last fight as a pro. Everything in the middle is a story, motivational, never give up story. But you should be worried about what I do next, because the way I started shows ain't the way I'm gonna end. So in this 3rd or 4th chapter of my life, at a young 58, fast approaching 59, the way I started shows that my character doesn't say I submit to the way it's going to play out or end. So now the fight is different. The fight ain't in the ring physically. The fight is around a powerful, controlling, and that's boxing attitude when things blunt in your face. That the fight I got now is the fight of Satchel Paige in his era in baseball. The fight I have now is the fight that Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, and a lot of other greats at that time stood up when they needed to stand up at that moment for their cause. I put them on notice before, I'm putting them on notice again just because it's fresh. That they're going to hear it again. That this fight is different than the fight that got me here. This fight is about here, discipline of patience, knowing how to use and strategize your chessboard and the pieces that's on that board. If they're willing to do what's been done for so many centuries, all the way up to now, then only is one thing I needed more for this fight is my health and my memory. They better hope I keep it. And that's the warning. The warning is that I am the Satchel Paige of this era. I'm gunning for that legacy. I'm the Muhammad Ali when he spoke of his era for things that he spoke. Vietcong never called me a nigga. He said that in the 60s in this country.
Well, that was one of the reasons why he was so important culturally.
And that's why my idol, other than Marvin Hagler, when I say idol, I'm talking about idol and not idoling him as my God, idol him as an example.
Right.
That there are some in any aspects of life that will risk it all. And those who listen and hear this and have already said it, I've done. Listen, if it was $50 to $100 million made in my career to play the game and eventually they'll trick me out of it later, that was left on the table because of this. Not because of the emotions, because of this, and then because of this, and then because of that. Because once I understood, I want to keep my mouth closed. I said, oh, this is how it is. But I needed power before I speak. I needed to be world champion.